Yeah, welcome to Drinkin' Bros, kids. Monday afternoon. Got a fun guest in the studio today.
Yeah, Hunter Biden is.
He's zooming in, right?
No, he's taking.
That's Hunter.
Yeah, I'm the Hunter Biden of the fitness industry.
Oh, got it. So you like prostitutes, crack, and just embezzling money. Wire fraud.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like we've had quite a few degenerate public figures adjacent to politics over the years. This is the first crackhead, though, right?
No.
Wait,
Marion Barry. Marion Barry was number one with a bullet.
But he's not adjacent. He was a crackhead
in it.
Then he ran for re-election and won again after spending 6 years away from D.C., right?
Right, and that's a great question. So I think, and Bob, correct me if I'm wrong, Geraldine Ford, didn't she set up Betty Ford set up the Betty Ford Clinic because their kid was fucked up, right?
I think that was laudanum, though. That's morphine.
Oh, but that's even better. That's a fun one, though.
Yeah, but
crack isn't fun.
How is crack not fun?
It's only
Crack's
existed
not fun.
since the 1980s.
You ever done crack?
No, never done crack.
Well, then how can you speak on it?
It's only existed since the 80s,
Looks pretty
right?
fun.
So we're talking about a limited window. It's 45 years or so of potential crack usage.
Okay.
And we probably wouldn't have known back in the day. Like, you got to imagine Teddy Roosevelt had a brother that was just a cunt.
Sure,
you know what I mean?
Sure. But let's say someone on the program or producer-wise has had both. Probably laudanum's the one you go with, you know?
I don't know. Like, a lot of people were addicted to laudanum between, like, the middle 18th and middle 20th.
Oh, yeah. A lot. And But here's the thing. That's more of an opium addiction, and that's fun. You're kind of laid back. Crack makes you want to kill people.
No. It's the same thing. It's not the crack that fucks you up. It's not having more crack that fucks you up. That's when you start robbing people and stealing from your family and shit.
Got it.
So honestly, the real solution to this is to produce more crack.
More crack cocaine. Okay.
Yeah. It's drug inflation.
Isn't that what the CIA has been doing for?
Yeah, but they don't give it to us. It only goes into, black neighborhoods.
Exactly.
That's not fair.
We don't have to see it. We don't. But look, we're changing all that.
I want to know about
Biden is changing all that. He's bringing it to white people now.
Yeah,
there you go.
More specifically, his son.
I'm not sure how much white privilege I have if I don't have crack in my neighborhood.
I mean, now, thinking about it, right? Like, do you hate your dad more today that he never gave you crack or allowed you access to crack the way Joe Biden has allowed access to crack to Hunter? Like, I think it's pretty fucking awesome. Like,
I definitely wasted a lot of time looking for, crack that could have been saved.
If your father had just given you.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Man.
Son of a bitch. And look, I know you're a fitness guru. We're going to get to that. While you have a shirt on, though, you're kind of doing yourself a disservice. To be honest with you, we're live on YouTube.
Yeah,
you're selling your shit, dude. You should walk in shirtless, go start the fucking podcast.
No, it's not.
Got a pop top.
Got a pop top, brother.
I think it's better if you rip the shirt off during the show.
Oh yeah,
like Hulk
Hogan.
Yeah.
If we were drinking that, who knows? But
I feel like
Sober Monday.
How many drinks? That's a good question to ask people that are white. How many drinks does it take for your shirt to pop off? Right.
No, well, like
that's a white dude thing.
It sure is.
Yeah, it's more like I like button-down shirts, so it's like the buttons just creep down.
I see.
Downward, but popping it off, no.
So right now you have 4 buttons on that shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah. You could probably kick that down to 1.
Well, unless there's something spiked into my energy drink,
But you don't roll out like that?
I went to the bathroom.
You don't roll out like that? 3 open, and when people ask what you do, you're like, hey, dude, I'm a fitness instructor. Fuck you.
Well, I wouldn't call myself a fitness instructor, because it's like a part of what I do is try to, take away the bullshit that a lot of fitness, purveys online. Like, you guys try to talk about a lot of the bullshit in politics and media and all that shit. I really, there's a confluence of culture between so many different things, and fitness is definitely a product of that too. There are people in fitness who have crossed the barrier into pop culture, or have been on Rogan, things like that. Yeah. And what I try to do is, I'll teach people how to get fitter, how to get stronger, but I also enjoy talking about the grander philosophies of it.
Sure.
So.
Well, we're going to get the fuck into that today, but
let's
obviously,
talk Hunter.
Top
That's
story
why I'm
today.
Here, really.
Hunter Biden, 4chan, leaked his entire iCloud to the internet. 476 gigs. My God, man.
That's a lot. I need to look on my phone and see how much stuff I have on here.
So, well, here's the thing.
Just
so
kind of curious.
Most phones come in a 512. Giorgio can speak for that. He's a big Apple guy.
Wait, 512 gigs?
512 gigs, right.
Okay.
So I'm assuming he probably didn't have the new phone. This is a full terabyte. It's a piece of shit, so it's not like I'm cool. I'm not cooler than you, all right? I'm admitting it's a piece of shit. But I like it for the storage. Clearly, the way Hunter Biden was shooting all of this shit, and he's filmed every ounce of his life, he needed the storage.
Yeah, he's just, like, for him...
It's just so strange to me.
It's like The Last Dance, right? You know how they had somebody just... But he, can't have somebody just walk around filming him smoking crack, so he does it himself.
Did you guys see the Kanye documentary?
Oh yeah,
any of it?
Jesus.
Yeah. So it's like he was like, I'm going to start filming shit because we're on something here. Maybe Hunter Biden. He was like, well, this is my demise. I might as well start filming shit because that's honestly a very strange thing to think about. It's just like, well, hold on, let me just record this. The one clip I saw today. This is all I've heard about it since I've sat down with you guys.
Sure.
The one clip is like he's like, that's 2 grams of.
Glad you brought that up, Bob. Let's cue up that video, shall we? We got
Let's go.
We got it here.
It's almost like watching...
Let's go.
Remember Grizzly Man?
Oh, yeah.
This is what it seems like.
Today's price is not yesterday's price. Bob, let's pop up that video, Bob.
He's trying to teach this prostitute some economics. That's it.
I'm just waiting for the talking to stop.
Oh, no. Go ahead.
Right.
As soon as we see it on the screen, I'll shut the fuck up. There we go. There we go. Rewind that from the top so we can see his face. So I like how he always starts off of himself.
It's called an establishing shot in the biz.
It is, correct.
Yes,
But
correct.
he shouldn't know that.
Well, I don't think he's doing it on purpose.
This is art.
I just think,
Of course he knows.
Yeah, I think he is.
he's like boomer adjacent and doesn't know how his fucking phone works. That's what's happening.
I think he knows, and he's like, all right, I'm in this, you're in this, let's go. All right,
Boomer
press play.
No, I just weighed out the bag. It's 2.06.
2.07.
No, it's 20.7.
Yeah.
It's a lot of crack. It's a lot of crack. And it must be pricey because if you're arguing over a 6th or a 7th on there, and you're Hunter Biden, for Christ's sakes, you have a shit ton of money. What are you bickering with a prostitute about how much crack you do or don't have? If it's a fucking pound missing, sure.
Maybe it's crack inflation, right? Gas prices are up.
It's Putin's crack tax?
Yeah, Putin's crack tax.
So I didn't know that like the whole iPhone. I didn't know anything about that. I literally just saw that clip like on my Instagram feed.
Yeah.
Like what else gold is out there?
Oh, Bob, what do we got next photo-wise?
Well, there's
here?
a lot, yeah. So how many gigs did you
Photos are cool. I'm cool.
556. There we go. So put this one up here.
Nice.
So this looks like a nice, fun thing here.
That's not-
I don't
I mean-
know who this girl is. However, it's the comment section next to it that'll really get you. Bob, do you want to use your reading voice today? I think you've got honey in it. Yeah.
Sure. I don't know who's gray and who's blue in terms of, but I guess so. I would guess Hunter's the blue one.
Yes, Hunter is the blue one, correct.
Okay. All right. So whoever he's talking to, this chick, I guess, she's a legend. None of these women are except for Diva, but Nicola and Diva and Ella and Lucy will all know quality girls who are like I am, distrusting and highly wary of evil. I also have Denise, a German, 26. No to Lucy, I think, Hunter says. So he doesn't want Lucy.
Yeah.
Okay, so fine. Do you want foreign or domestic? And you actually have to make the pitch directly, Hunter tells her. I can't give you fucking Asian. Sorry. I'm not doing it.
Domesticated foreigners.
Yeah, he would like a domesticated foreigner, he
Okay.
says, is
Now,
fine.
what does that mean? Like somebody that lives indoors? The fuck does that mean?
Well,
Or somebody that's
It's like
a
broken.
naturalized
House
citizen.
broken. It's broken. You know,
If she
like
shit on the rug, before this he had just watched the Amber Heard trial.
Yeah.
It's like, oh no, I'm not dealing with that. I've already got clothes everywhere. I'm not having poop on the floor.
I like thinking no to Lucy. I think you know I like reading it in this way that you know
It's the
like he's
thought
having
behind it.
he's having a serious
Yeah.
conversation.
Yes.
like
Oh, by the way, at the
It's
end there,
fine.
yeah, here's the best part.
no
is
yellow.
She goes, I'd give you Isabella, but she has kids and an NBA ex-husband. And then, Hunter goes, no yellow.
Now, I'm sorry.
That's Asian, right?
That's Asian, right?
Yeah.
I'm assuming because it doesn't. He looks like he's a comment behind on her and responding,
Right.
Which is another boomer situation.
Yep.
But the no yellow thing only really applies to the Asian person that she mentioned before.
Correct.
Or the lack of Asian persons.
Correct. But when you ever know friends that text you so fast, and it's always one sentence apiece, where it's just like, hey, take a beat. Put that all in one paragraph and then send that to me because then you're not going back and forth like that.
Can we get a Hunter Biden shirt and it just says no yellow on it?
That would be fantastic.
I mean, I didn't say it.
No, you didn't say it. You didn't say it. But being this choosy over prostitutes, you can only do that shit when you're at such a high level of money that you're like, hey, dude, I like what I like. And I want what I want.
It's not just the choosiness; it's like the general malaise to the whole situation. Not like, tell me more about Lucy. It's like, no to Lucy. I think it's like this is his world. Whoever is dealing these prostitutes is like, this is like an experienced shopper.
Sure.
Homer Can 2 in the chat says, or a Simpsons character. So yeah, maybe somebody without jaundice.
Oh,
if
could
you're
be
able to swing that.
Yeah, if you can.
Yeah.
If you can, obviously. Again, there's 456 gigs. Like, we just chose some of our favorites
I just
today.
looked on my phone, by the way. I've got like 25,000 pictures and videos on my phone. I have a terabyte drive on my phone, and I still have 800 gigs free. So I've got about 190 to 200, and about 160 of that is probably because there's operating system files and apps and all that shit.
Sure.
About 160 is probably media.
Yeah.
So he's got 4 times, or I guess 3 times more media than me, but I work in media.
Right.
So I don't understand, like, man. So we need to hire somebody to catalog.
I did go through it last night, right? So as this broke, I was up and I was going through it, and some of the videos we couldn't show you today because his dick was out in quite a few of them. One was going down a water slide.
His dick was going down a water slide?
Well, so I have a photo. Do you want to bring up that photo? Because this is the aftermath of the water slide. So I just chose that one because...
Hunter, what the fuck? I was not ready for this, dude.
Oh, you're welcome.
Holy shit.
Welcome to Drinkin' Bros. Welcome to
Hunter
Drinkin' Bros.
fucking Biden.
So, Bob, if you could... So here's the beauty of this, right? And that's fine. That's your worst angle and everything else. I don't know why you decided to do it, but you did. Bob, scroll into the back left there. There was a girl on the bed who kind of reminds me... There you go, right there. This is like a Stranger Things character, like maybe Barb. I don't know if this is the underworld or what's happening here, but that's weird. Like, is it glasses or is that sunglasses? Why is she so casual about everything? Like, there's a lot of questions there.
I think the real question is, well, not a question, but an observation. Hunter still looks like he's in pretty decent shape, right?
Well, he's got to be in his 50s, right, Bob? I'm assuming.
Yeah,
it's hard to be in that.
I mean,
fitness guru.
Well, I mean,
for fitness.
I've got. Here we go. Okay. Fitness guru. This is why we're here.
Yeah,
yeah. Well, if you're continuously on stimulants, it curbs hunger.
Sure.
Your heart's beating faster. You're burning more calories. He's staying awake, like he's moving.
Right.
You don't do crack to fall asleep. You do crack to stay awake.
That's true.
So he's constantly moving. He's doing a long ass workout.
So I guess the point I want to make here is that we don't have a drug problem. We have a poverty problem, right?
Right.
Because if you're wealthy and connected, then you can continue this well into your later years.
Oh, yeah.
It's the same thing when you look at a Jenner or Kardashian before and after pictures.
Yep.
You're not ugly. You're poor.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, 100%.
How is he fucking on all these stimulants? Because that's supposed to
Yeah, he's probably not. He's probably doing weird shit.
Yeah.
Like think about it, it's probably like for him, dude, this is just an exercise in whatever fucking demons this man has. Like, this is not, he's not a horny dude. This is just his life. Like, it's the only thing that gives him energy is, like, knowing that he's killing himself in some way. I don't think it's about fucking.
No, it doesn't.
In that one picture, too, Bob, there's an appendix scar there. So,
I've got one.
Oh, there you go. Same thing, right?
Can we?
Oh, yours is smaller. Yeah.
See the appendix
Yeah.
scar?
He's a little older, though, so it might have stretched out by now. But
I assumed that was a stab wound.
no, that's an appendix scar, right?
you
You can confirm that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, maybe
Right there, right on the.
But that's a good 3 or 4 pounds that was removed.
maybe
probably,
they were
right?
harvesting his appendix.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's why. Yeah.
Yeah. So that helps out a lot, and that's a fun thing. But I don't know who the girl is in the back on the bed. Not real sure. There was some other photos that appeared to have his sister in it. Like, you know, those, it's like, all right, great. If you're fucking around with your sister, like, I mean, not having sex, obviously, but just hanging out, you're hanging out. Now, here's one in an elevator, which is fun, Bob. We'll put this one up on screen right now. There you go. So, I mean, look, some of these women are pretty attractive. And you got to give them that, right? And this is a great shot for Hunter. This picture, I understand. It's kind of artistic. It's from above. That's probably the best he's looked in any of these photos.
Yeah, he looks good, man.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
well,
you know,
easy. That's Jesus Christ, man.
No, but like
you know.
compared to, you know, comparatively.
Sure.
But
Ross,
yeah,
what do you think fitness is?
No,
It's just gassing up your boys.
Do we crack the code today?
Yeah, that's it. It's just gassing up your boys. That's the whole fucking point. That's all I'm here for. Like, hey, man, you're looking good. What are you doing these
Good,
days?
brother. What are you doing,
Hunter,
dude?
what are you doing? He's like, crack.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Do you think it's weird that none of the major media outlets, to include Fox, have any coverage on this?
Is it weird?
It's unbelievably weird.
Completely on brand.
But I thought
not cover it.
Fox would have gone ham on this at least, and they're not.
Maybe Tucker's making a documentary about it, like he did with Kid Rock or whatever.
Maybe.
Hunter Biden. I mean, it's hard to not make it look fun. Maybe that's the problem.
Well, it's weird. If the media coverage was equal, like, and we bashed Trump Jr. for shooting the Lions, you know, and it was, you know, look, they drop you off, you got 2 miles to go, and you're like, all right, great, I'm going to shoot this lion, whatever, right? Why can't we have fun with all the kids and all the fun things they do? Because let's face it, if we're picking out one kid, one presidential kid that all of us want to party with, it's probably Hunter.
Probably. Well, I was just like thinking about this. If Hunter Biden was more of like a public figure, like he actually spoke a lot and showed who he is and who he was, would we care less? Like, I'm thinking like, if somebody saw some of my pictures from college and early 20s and like maybe even recently when I get, you know, hammered at a bar, like they wouldn't look very good. I mean, obviously it's different than, you know, weighing out crack. But let's say the pictures were a little less.
But you can't afford it. If you could afford it, right? If you could afford that much crack, would that be the ultimate flex on social media? If you were out, and let's say you were 20, you didn't have a job or you didn't have any cares in the world, right? Most of these rappers are putting out pounds of weed, money, all that other shit.
Yeah.
If you were 22 years old and you were famous and you had money like that, wouldn't you be pouring out tons of crack or coke?
Not
and
fucking
be like,
crack,
hey,
but cocaine, yeah.
well,
I would have a crack salt lick.
Just like chop
Like,
off
hey,
one of
chip off some. That's where it comes from. Chip off the old block. That's where the phrase comes from.
What I'm wondering is,
crack.
like, what is the acceptable level? Because this is a nice little thought experiment. What is the acceptable level of, like, shittiness to being like, you know, he's just a partying kid? Like, you know, especially if they've shown that they're somewhat of, like, a normal human being in some capacity. Like, we don't know anything about this dude. I've never seen him speak. I've never, you know, anything like that. But what is the level of like shittiness that he could get away with where people be like, that's just kids being kids?
I think I know what it is. So you take Millie Obama, right? She got caught smoking a joint at Lollapalooza. No one fucking cares. You take the Bush daughters, the twins. They were getting drunk all the time, pulling their tits out at bars here in Austin and things like that. Nobody cares because they were in college.
Right.
Millie Obama's in college and all that other shit. I think there's a difference with a 50-something-year-old man who's doing business dealings and then has kids on top of it. Because, Bob, I don't know if you can pull this up, but they actually trotted him out last week when they gave the presidential medals of freedom.
Yeah.
And correct me if I fucked that up. But
No, Presidential Medal of Freedom.
it is, okay. So he was there, front row, shook hands with all the recipients there, and it was, you know, some of the most respected people in the world.
Right.
Hunter Biden was there.
And then literally that night, would go and get hookers and
Oh,
smoke
sure.
crack.
It's like a Stars.
Or maybe the night before.
I mean,
or whatever.
they're lucky because that's like a Star is Born kind of situation. You know, when like Bradley Cooper pisses his pants at the award show or whatever on stage. Like how honestly, what conversation happened between whomever is working Biden like a puppet? You know what I mean, with his hand up his ass, and Hunter, and be like, hey, look, bro. So you can't bring a prostitute, and you can't smoke. It's like Tyrion Lannister almost.
Yeah.
When he comes back to fucking Westeros, or when he comes back to King's Landing, he's like, "Don't bring your whores." Is that really? I mean, he's 52 fucking years old, man.
No.
I feel like it's kind of a lost cause at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Now, if he was 21 years old going to, let's say he was going to UT, like a party school, something fun, right? I'm talking about University of Tennessee right now. Knoxville.
Not Texas.
Not Texas.
Okay. Is that when you mention UT? Is that what you?
That's what I envision. That's what I envision in my mind, like on the river. Everybody's taking the boats into the games and all that other shit. Like,
it's too hot here.
What you guys would go volunteer fans over Texas fans, right?
What do you mean?
As far as party goes.
I'd rather party with UT kids as in Texas. I fucking hate Tennessee people.
Really? You ever been there? You ever been to that stadium?
I've tailgated at both, done both in the athletic department. I would say UT as a vibe, as in the Vols, are it's much better there. You pass around paint buckets at tailgates. People are handing you kebabs.
Yep.
Here in Austin, everyone's kind of out for themselves. There's not much of a community.
And it's hot. It's really goddamn hot the first month of the season.
As well.
It is, but not that hot.
I will say Tennessee Volunteer fans are just more legit college football fans.
I agree.
So I'm going to go with that.
All right, so we're going to go with UT. We're going to go with volunteers because that's important, right? 21 years old, doing some crack with his buddies on camera. Remember LeBron's kid was smoking weed when LeBron was in the finals in the COVID bubble, and LeBron couldn't get to him, and it was like he posted an IG story of him smoking weed. Nobody really fucking cared about it. So if he was 21...
Okay, what about 30? What about 35? And what about...
I would excuse 30. So I look at...
What if he had no business dealings, like he was
How old are
just
you?
a kid?
How old are you?
31.
Okay, so yeah. With you guys, it's passable, for sure. Register and you. Now, Bob's got kids and shit where I'm like, dude, what are you doing smoking fucking crack out in the streets at night?
Right.
Like, that would be fucked up. Giorgio, we expect it out of him, so I would be disappointed if he wasn't doing all of these things. So, yeah, that'd be fine, but I think it depends on what you do, what kind of kids you have, and what your hopes and dreams are in this life.
Yep.
So
my hopes and dreams are to smoke crack, motherfucker. I mean, that's what Hunter Biden would probably say.
For sure.
He's obviously accomplished everything else. Otherwise, he would be focused.
So I think that's kind of the level that you need to be at. And then, kids and family and all that other stuff, right? Can you be a president's kid, though, in your 50s doing this much crack and all this other crazy shit? Probably not.
Right, and I think it's impossible to be a president's kid who's that old and not have some sort of affiliation with the White House, right? Like, unless you're too busy with your VC out on Wall Street or whatever.
Yep.
Like, you have to have something big going on. So Hunter's big thing is foreign relations, so that's why this is a big deal. I mean, like, all jokes aside, like, it is fucked up because he does have a position, an important position, correct? Right? Like, or he's representative of something or something, because like otherwise, like, why the fuck would I care?
Well, that's what everybody's trying to figure out, because he does all these business dealings. Dan, you know more about this than I do, especially with Ukraine early on, and then China later on after that. And there's some wire fraud potentially involved. I think the DOJ is investigating it now. So that means more.
I mean, it did, but I don't know if there's anything currently happening.
Right.
Right. So, yeah, I mean, I care about Hunter Biden insofar as he bilked the United States out of a bunch of money and established relationships with people like the former mayor of Moscow and through Burisma and shit like that. But I don't really, if he wants to get fucked up, let's do this,
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
I don't know that he's actually affecting policy now. He should probably be in jail. That's problematic.
Right.
But so should his dad.
Yeah.
And most
politicians, yeah.
So it's like, where are we drawing the line here? On Hunter Biden, that's really where we're going to draw the line on that guy?
Exactly. Bob, pop up the next one of him smoking crack here. There's just so many photos of him.
Those are the eyes
doing
of a
it,
fucking.
It is.
That is.
It is.
Oh, the glass dick.
Look at that.
Oh my God, this is a great picture,
Isn't
right
it?
here. This is something that should go on a T-shirt
Or LinkedIn.
Look at those fucking eyes.
If that
man.
was your LinkedIn profile, that'd be nice.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you would definitely get the right kind of responses from that.
your LinkedIn profile picture.
I got a business deal for you.
That's some real some real top of funnel advertising.
That's how I feel after I drink one of these things.
There you go.
Rain, fucking sponsor me.
By the way, I thought that was the Rock's drinking tea. You told me Monster before the show.
Oh, yeah.
Roman Reigns, it just makes sense. I was like, oh, is that The Rock's? And I was like, oh, it's fucking Zoa.
But that's
got
not
that other thing.
Roman Reigns has nothing to do with this.
Nobody should. Holy fuck.
Yeah.
Like, it's The Rock's cousin.
Although it'd be weird if they broke up, right? Like if the deal went wrong and now that coincidence exists forever.
Oh, yeah. You got to sign a deal.
Yeah.
You got to sign a deal with that. Bob, what do we got up next? Crackwise for Hunter Biden here.
Crackwise.
Just Crackwise. Was there any other shots that I sent
That's
you?
the best picture.
Oh, that's lighting it, right? So
what is he holding?
He wanted before and after. So that's somebody lighting it for him. Oh. And that's a fun thing. That's a Coachella hand.
That's fun.
What's up with the like early 90s tie-dye windbreaker?
That's kind of like...
Is that coming
back?
The vibe,
Yeah,
Giorgio.
those are just like, that's like style these days. Like 90s stuff is actually kind of making a comeback.
Yeah.
Like
That's horrible.
A lot of body glove. Yeah. A lot of shit out there right
We
now.
never went through like an 80s...
resurgence?
80s like Wall Street slick back hair and suits.
I feel like we're close to that.
We're close.
I feel
they're
like we
doing
are.
it for Gru right now, and all those videos have gone viral on TikTok.
I just feel like the Wall Street kind of look with like the what are the circular glasses? Like I mean, American Psycho.
Yeah, Christian Bale.
Yeah.
Yep.
Who does he kill? What's the guy's name? Is it Halberstram or who's the guy that he killed? Oh, I forget.
It's whoever Jared Leto's character
Not Jared
is.
Leto. Another guy has slick back glasses. Look,
Justin Theroux's character does in that, but
Yeah.
I think they all kind of do.
yeah,
Talking about Paul Allen.
Oh, Paul Allen.
Paul Allen is
Jared
yeah.
Leto.
Paul
yeah.
Allen is Jared Leto. Man, that's a great fucking.
By the way, I saw Christian
So
Bale
many
this
lines
weekend.
in
Where?
He was in Thor. He was in the new Thor.
Oh, I thought you meant you saw him like hanging
In person.
No.
Like, what's up, Christian? How you
No,
doing?
I didn't see him in person. He was doing Thor, and it was depressing. You don't want to see an Oscar winner do that bullshit.
Really?
Yeah. No. That's a
I
weird
don't know,
movie.
man. I could rant about Marvel movies. I feel like I just.
It's a mess. That whole fucking movie's a mess. They just threw everything.
Is it?
in
Is
the
it
air.
really?
Yeah. My kids love
yeah,
it.
I mean,
So I take
people
my
are gonna
kids.
fucking hold. No, but like not just kids. Like people my age are like, fuck yeah. They absolutely are. And I think like. It was cool at first, but like, don't people want more out of their like any movie?
Yeah.
Like, but people want to hold foam fingers, man. They just want to go to wherever they do and just be like, yoo-hoo! Like,
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of turning into Disneyland, where it's just cram as much stuff into one place as you can for a certain amount of time, and charge people way too much for it, and then move on to the next thing.
yeah,
Yeah. 3 Oscar winners were in that movie, by the way. Thor.
yeah.
was like,
I mean,
holy
because
shit.
the fucking payout,
Yeah.
it's insane.
You don't have a choice, he says. You don't have a choice. Next up on the Hunter Biden crack list here, did I send you the pool shot, Bob, where he was in the pool at the end? There we go. So,
Is this dick out?
no, it's blurred out. It's
Okay.
blurred out on here, and that's fine. But now there was a whole video of him dick out going down the water slide. This was him at the bottom, so I pulled this photo because it was the only safe one there. But yeah, man,
A lot of naked.
But notice the eye contact directly into camera.
Yeah.
You're clearly doing this on purpose, but what is it? What is the purpose?
Well, how much do you think Netflix would pay for a documentary of all this?
I think Biden himself would pay for this to go away.
Maybe, yeah, but I mean, think about Netflix gave Chappelle $60 million for 3 hours, basically, right? How much would they pay for a fucking 6-part documentary that's an hour, 6 hours? Just of this.
Oh, yeah, 'cause
I would watch that shit 100%.
Same.
Oh my God, would I
Same.
watch that?
Yeah. So you're talking about like at least $50 million they would pay for something like that.
And I think you just named it 100%. And then
Yeah.
we're in, dude. It's like, oh, shit.
Hunter percent.
100%. And then we're all in. It's just like, fuck, dude.
Yeah.
And it's got the emoji of 100 on it underneath it. And he's just like, all right, great, let's go.
I think like like you think of like serial killers, like the closeness that they have to getting caught, like towing the line, like they love. I mean,
yeah, it's an adrenaline thing.
yeah, you don't do shit like this without like knowing how dumb, like how it's gonna get out or the potential of it getting out. It's like playing with that is actually what gets him off.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It has to be.
As you evolve too as a serial killer, it becomes incumbent upon you to get caught because you
Yes.
want to get credit for your work.
Yes.
Which I think right now, if that's the case with Hunter Biden, if he has that particular pathology, he's probably just fucking coming buckets right now.
Yeah, he's stoking.
yeah.
He's stoking super hard. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
He looks like a squeezed out fucking toothpaste tube at this point. Because look, man, you can't get any better than this.
Is it weird that I can hear you?
Well-
I can hear you. I can listen to you do that whoosh noise over and over, too.
Yeah, I worked on it for about an hour this morning.
Great.
Just-
It's really good.
The old wake and shake.
yeah.
Speaking of which, if you're waking up, Might as well wake up in a ghost bed from ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros. These are the sponsors you're talking about. We'll give you the reads here today. That way you get a full flex on it. You know what I'm saying? Is it in case one day, let's say Rain does sponsor you.
Yeah.
Tell them your Instagram, just in case.
Coach_ZT.
There it is.
Yeah.
So if you're out there and you wanna fucking, advertise with this guy, boom, do it. And then you'll have to do ad reads like this, where it's like you're going to get 30% off everything in the entire store. The promo code Drinkin Bros. Mattresses, sheets, pillows, adjustable bases, you name it. They got it. They got the weighted blanket. I won't do it. I'll be asleep for 14 hours. Everybody who does have it says we're fucking hibernating forever. I bet Hunter Biden's probably got it. If you're staying up that late, it's hard to get to sleep. You got to put a weighted blanket on yourself.
I mean, what's the difference between sleeping 8 hours a day and sleeping 24 hours every 4 days?
Did you guys ever watch that show, Intervention?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So did you see the one dude who, like the meth dude, like this was a pretty substantial episode. There's a lot of meth people in that. But he would do the thing where he would like torch this glass pipe and then he would suck the fucking meth and then breathe out a massive cloud of smoke and then just become a god, And then he would go to his parents' house and sleep for 24 fucking hours and like tremor and like sweat and then wake up, boom, meth immediately. That's Hunter Biden.
I'll take it a step further. That guy, the director of that, directed 50K in a Call Girl, where I met my wife. He was the director of that movie. He did all the interventions. Same guy, yeah. And I asked him how intense that was. And he goes, it was the worst fucking job of all time. And he goes, you have to live with fucking crack addicts.
With horrible. Oh, God.
Yes, for 18 hours. Like, you're with them 5 days a week, 14 hours a day. And he goes, you're just following it, and you can't do anything about it. He goes, you have to just watch and film.
But, selfishly, though, like, your habits have to become theirs. I mean, like, you have to stay awake and for however long or whatever. The sacrifice you put on your own self, even though you're sober, is fucking insane.
And he tried to do that shit in our movie, too, where he was just like, we're going to live this. It's going to be all real. And I was like, it got to a breaking point where I was like, no, we're not doing that.
Yeah.
That's just fucking stupid. But he was an intense dude, and that show was fucking intense, dude. Jesus
oh, my
Christ.
God.
Yeah. I got sucked into that episode you're talking about. That's what sucked me in, and I was just like, why don't they put the camera down? I was like, well, you can't because you're all getting paid for it. Yeah, fucked up. But if you are smoking crack, again, go to ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros. Beautiful night's sleep there. 40% off the bundle package. That's the adjustable base and the mattress combined together to give you all the feels. It's got a nice, sleek remote with it. It's also insertable if you want to put that inside a lover. And you can smoke on camera. We don't give a shit here. Feel free to do what you want. At ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros, I get a 60-month pay-as-you-go program at no interest if you have decent credits. It's at the bottom of the page, and all the deals that I just mentioned can be combined with that. You can walk out of there with a brand-new bedroom set for about $25 a month. Go to ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros today. Next up, we got buyraycon.com/Drinkin Bros. You're gonna want to use that. 15% off. Those goddamn headphones, dude. They're the best in the Oh, is it? So are we still live?
Maybe.
If we are, I'll still go live.
Let's check. I'll check on my phone.
Yeah, check on your phone. In the meantime, I'll keep talking because that's what I do. Giorgio, is audio at least recording? Can I get a thumbs up on audio? That is recording as well. Now it is. There it is. Thank you. Thank you, Register.
Rolling blackout.
Thank you, Delco. It's not a rolling blackout. So as soon as we set it.
We're definitely still live on YouTube.
Yeah, we're still live on YouTube. But as soon as we set it, a huge bolt of lightning just hit the building. So
that was actually because we were talking about Thor. And we weren't talking
Thor sucking. Yeah.
We weren't talking well.
And he was just like,
fuck
honest. You guys. This podcast's over.
Zap.
Yeah.
Fuck you guys. Bunch of bitches.
We don't have anything monitor-wise, but who gives a shit? We'll keep rocking since we're still live on YouTube. Raycon's got the new fitness earbuds. Right now, listeners can get them for $20 off. And if you go to buyraycon.com/Drinkin Bros and use the code on the page, you can unlock an extra 15% off there at buyraycon.com/Drinkin Bros. I wear these to the gym every single day. I fucking love Raycon more than life itself. There is no reason to buy fucking $900 headphones, dude. They're just as good.
They sent us some in the mail, and then I made the mistake of letting Brittany use them, obviously, and she's like, "No, fucking get me some." God.
Yeah.
And then now I've got like 8 pairs of them.
You're welcome.
But, they're good. They're the best headphones I've ever used.
I lose the AirPods every fucking
So do I.
Those things will not stay in your fucking ear.
They will not stay in your
them.
ear.
They won't stay in the case either.
Nope.
Yeah, I
Nope.
hate them.
With these things, they'll send you like 90 rubber pieces, so no matter how big your ear hole is, it'll just jam in there. You're good to go. Go to buyraycon.com/drinkinbros today and get that deal. Last but not least, hardafseltzer.com. Let's go. 8% seltzer, straight to your fucking face. No carbs, no sugars, no gluten, if you give a fuck about that. We don't here, but a lot of people do. Right now, we ship to 41 states. We are live in 35 stores, 40 stores in Tennessee. If you want them in Tennessee, just go into your favorite convenience store or
You guys got one
bar
on
and
hand?
restaurant. Yeah, absolutely.
Should I shotgun
think behind
one
me, right?
here on
Yeah,
the-
Go ahead.
show?
Yeah, do it.
Are there some? No.
Is there some behind me?
Do we have any cold?
Nick, do you got a cold one?
RAFs?
Oh, well, yeah.
It should be cold.
Come on, dude.
Should I just blast one
Fill
right
up the
here?
fridge.
I can't
I got to
tell.
make my
God.
mark somehow.
You have to. You have to. But we're going out to state by state. Just support us online, and they'll ship right to your house. Right now, again, we're live in Tennessee. I believe Florida is up next, and we appreciate the support. Plus, the new shipment is in for the new flavors. So we got pina colada and watermelon coming out. Right now, get the OG flavors while you can. That's peach, blue raz, strawberry shortcake, and lemon lime. Get them shipped right to your house. It's a full fucking case for you and your neighbors to party with at hardafseltzer.com. Are you going to shotgun one live on air?
We don't have any cold ones.
If the chat says
The chat demands it.
if the chat demands it, I
chat
will
demands
do it. I gotta.
The people demand it. Nick,
if
we
Nick
got to
can
get one
deliver-
up. We got to get one up.
What's the best flavor?
You know what's funny, by the way? Oh, it's hard to choose. It's like,
Okay.
who's your favorite kid? Hunter or Bo?
Well, I only know Hunter, so
Bo's not with us anymore. So.
oh shit.
Yeah, you're welcome there. It's probably still Bo. Let's be honest. Joe is like, God damn it, man. If Bo were alive, this shit wouldn't happen right now. Why couldn't you take in Hunter?
Fuck, that's dark.
Isn't it? That's where we go.
Yeah.
That's where we
But that's how
I
it always
expect
is,
that
right?
sort of stuff
Like-
from you, the black pilled one.
Yeah. It's like Yoko,
and
is
I
standing
don't-
right next to John Lennon, doesn't take a single round. Are you kidding me? That's how life is, man. We got 1 out of 2. So
Is the camera on him right now? Because we should.
Damn
leave if it is, dude. I don't think I've seen somebody that shocked in a long time.
yeah, probably since I was talking to Dave Rubin about how Martin Luther King Jr. used to cream pie 16-year-olds all the time. Also true. Look, I didn't do these things. Just recounting what happened. Nobody gets mad at Walter Cronkite.
That is the weirdest fucking thing about the when what am I thinking? Like celebrities,
Cream pie people?
like no, like TMZ, tabloid, tabloid culture started to come about, and yet these celebrities were still banging like children, basically.
Yeah.
Like Robert Plant.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking earlier. Like I'm
We
talking.
can go later too.
Like in the 80s,
go later.
70s and 80s, yeah.
I mean, David Bowie. Didn't
Bowie,
he have
yeah.
and like that's the sort of shit that like they fucking like did that. There's a lot of proof of that, and yet it's like, oh, it's a thing of the past. Like no one wants to talk about that shit. If that even remotely was sniffed by today's culture, which is a great thing, by the way.
Sure.
I'm not complaining about that.
Well, it'd be weird if you were.
Yeah, it would, right? Because like that would be very fucking suspect. No, it's a great thing actually to protect kids from fucking old rock star pieces of shit.
Yeah, rapists.
But yet we revere these people for no fucking reason. They're no different, if not any worse. They're much worse, much worse. I feel like this kind of on subject here. Jared Leto, we were bringing him up earlier,
yeah?
but I feel like he's close to being canceled. I feel like
So the
he's on
rumors
track.
the rumors in Hollywood are this: that he's got a little sex cult going on, right?
Yeah.
That's the rumor. Again, don't fucking sue me, Jared Leto. I'm just repeating what I've heard from
Is
others.
that dude from the fucking DC movies involved? The guy that plays the Flash or whatever?
Oh, Ezra Miller.
Yeah.
So Ezra Miller's got a weird thing too. He's got.
that was recent. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
he's got somebody's ex-wife and their 2 kids living with him,
and he's like
on a farm.
Yeah. In Vermont or some shit.
Yeah, and then he stole an Indian. Do you know that?
No.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, what?
Sorry, one more time for
like
me.
an Indian motorcycle?
Nope,
Yeah.
Nope. He's still a real live Native American.
Okay.
So
Dakota. Lightning. And I like this. Giorgio, you were there for some of that. This is like the draft show. Shit's going to get fucking weird today. So who gives a shit? Going up.
it's still
It's live.
It's
We got
still
fucking
live,
close to 1,000 people live right now.
The mics keep going
Nothing
out.
we can do. Yeah, but if we keep talking,
We should have learned
should we
sign
talk
language
through it
for this.
We should have signed it out. I'll sign this out if you need.
This is hilarious. Someone in the chat's like, "Uh-oh, they're saying too much." This is it. We're fucking. Someone's striking us down. Like this is Biden right here. This is a. We don't fucking talk about my son.
It's weird that it's going on. Sure.
If they can control the weather, I'm down with that.
Yeah.
Like if we reach that point, then I'll abandon all my principles and join the dark side, and I'll take over the dark side, and that'll be the end of it.
Dude, the chat is fucking hilarious,
Dude, Jessica, there's women asking you to take your shirt off right here. Jessica's saying, Dan, please get this back on track and get his shirt off.
Guys, after I shotgun the Hard AF,
Where is it, Nick?
Maybe things will happen.
We own our own seltzer. Bring it in. We got some in the box.
If you pause
Bring
it,
it up
Ezra
on
Miller
stage.
is running through the room.
Oh, yeah.
He came through the room to fuck
It's
up
another
the podcast.
another lightning-based guy who we're talking shit about.
Exactly. Peach. Let's go Peach. All right?
Next
How
thing
about
is going to
that?
be a vampire because of Jared Leto.
Bring
right?
me one as well. I'm not going to leave a guest out on his own.
It's Morbid time, bitch.
It's like, yeah, it's Morbid time. I'm not going to leave a
I'm
fucking
about to
dog
fucking
out in the
absolutely
woods.
morb this AF seltzer. Hey,
it's Morbid time,
and you know what the
brother.
here's the fucking funny thing. I said, hey, is this a drinking podcast or is it just a cute name? And you guys
There
are
we
like,
go,
oh no,
boom.
we fucking drink on this. And,
do.
and you were saying though, it's Mondays though, but we can't do it. I'm like, well now look at us.
We go so fucking hard on the weekends that it's like, dude, you got to give your liver a thing. Yeah. Boom.
All right,
Here it is.
everyone,
Hard AF Seltzer.
I want the camera here.
Yeah,
right
put them
here.
on. You got it? All right, cool. Look at that. You went teeth with it.
Yeah, you
you
go
went full
teeth.
teeth. Go to him. Cut to him. There you go. You
go
went teeth
teeth.
with it.
And then you just give it a little fucking.
Look at that.
Oh, there's
Look
like a
at-
plastic wrap on this.
Oh, there
You need
you
a
go.
knife?
There's a young man.
No, we
young
got it.
man
We got
coming
it.
up on his own.
How about a gun?
There it is.
Go.
We got a you got a gun, knife. All right. Let's give him a nice little 3 count, and then we'll get ready for that applause button. Okay.
Who's this for? This is for Hunter, right?
No, this is for apartheid.
For the shorties.
This is for the end of apartheid.
Oh, the end of
we always
apartheid. Always a
cheers
good
for
thing.
the end of apartheid.
Okay, good.
Yeah, there's a lot of years down there. There's a lot of struggle. 1, 2, 3, bang, go. Oh my, that is you are skilled, sir. Look at that. That is gone. There it is. Thank you.
I grew up partying with Hunter Biden, so.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Look at you. Mm-hmm. My God, man.
It's getting weird in this chat.
Yeah, it should. It should get weird in the chat. They want the shirt off. If a representative from Rain hits us up in the chat, he'll take his fucking shirt off. Just give him a sponsor, for Christ's sakes. My God, dude. I don't know where we are. I don't know where to go, and it doesn't really fucking matter today, dude. There's thunder and lightning going on. It's 110 degrees here. The building's been hit 3 times. Who gives a fuck, dude?
Oh, you know, Ari said that he was really interested in the relationship. So our mutual friend, Chris Williamson, I was on his show.
Oh, no shit. I love that guy.
I've been on his show. Like, I'm the most repeated guest on his show because we became like really good friends, and then we just actually moved in together. We just got a
You got a timeshare? Did you guys get a timeshare?
Yeah, well, basically, yeah.
It's a 350 square foot studio, right? And they have little bunk beds.
Yeah.
Japanese tables everywhere. It's a lot more room than it sounds like.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you this, because we've tried to talk Dan and Giorgio into getting a place together. How is it just 2 bros living together? Is it fun or not?
Well, here's the cool thing is like there's like a coach house. There's like a house that separates the 2 of us.
Oh, all right.
So like I have one house, he has the other.
Well, that's a different story.
And we have a maid, which is like honest to God key in having roommates. There's never the fucking argument about, hey, you left your fucking dish out, all that shit.
Right.
You just pay the maid who comes, but like you also clean up after your mess, but like there's never any of that petty bullshit between us. So we're just moving and grooving, and we both produce content, so it's like it's
great.
It's ideal. Yeah, it's really great.
Fucking
but
A,
but he
He actually
what I
just texted me a screenshot of us talking right now.
Did he really?
Really?
Yeah.
So
he misses you is what I read from that.
Yeah, and he says,
please come home.
Can we butt fuck soon?
Yeah.
Right, he's in the chat.
Yeah.
That's fine.
We're rotating. We're both tops and bottoms. So.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Let's make a wheel.
Ari was like, we really want to talk about, or I was really interested in the relationship stuff that y'all had talked about. So if you want to go down that route, I'm more than willing to talk about
relationships as far as
meaning
what?
like how like
Our
fuck
relationship
this-
to Christ?
No, like well, we could talk about that or Hunter Biden's relationship to Christ.
Sure.
But how like fucked certain aspects of modern dating culture is. Now, I don't know. I mean, you're married. Are you married or not as well?
Close
Yeah,
enough,
he's
yeah.
close enough, yeah.
But it's something that's like definitely apparent, and it's something that's affecting men in society quite a bit.
Well, let's start with this, okay? I'm happy to entertain this. We
Yeah.
don't even know what the fuck's going on anymore, what time it is, and nor do we care.
Yeah.
We don't care. How old are you?
31.
All right, you're 31 years old. Are you married?
I was married.
You are? Okay.
Yes.
So, and what happened in that relationship? if you don't mind me asking?
Well, COVID put a magnifying glass on something that was
Oh,
already.
I thought you were going to say she died of COVID.
I was like, fucking R.I.P.,
no,
dude.
No,
that
that
was
would have
lucky.
been really
Shit.
dark. I mean,
Yeah.
it's kind of on track for this podcast. How dark you guys are. Which
I'm
I
actually
I
super white.
Chris just said us four would make a hell of a sex tape, and I agree. I agree.
Wait,
Chris.
which? Oh, Chris Williams.
Chris Williams, yeah, Chris Williams, yeah. So it put a magnifying glass over your relationship.
Yeah.
What was the major issue that you were like, all right, this is done. We're all done.
Every step that we were taking was trying to fix the prior issues. So it was like she's French. But I don't want to disclose too much, because there's a person on the other side of this.
No, absolutely.
But yeah, it was like there was no personal growth. It was more like, let's take the next step, and it will solve itself type of thing. And then when it was time to like buckle down and like be a fucking partnership, I don't think either of us were prepared for that.
Got it.
And we became platonic and like coworker-esque. If that makes sense.
And the reason why I ask is I watched a doc on COVID about a couple who was going through the whole thing together, living in looked like a 1-bedroom, maybe a 2-bedroom in LA, right? And one was super motivated and driven. The other one wasn't, and they just started to fucking eat at each other.
Yeah.
The entire time, where it was just like, why don't you do this and this and this and this? And the other person just didn't fucking care.
Yeah.
And you could watch it in front of your eyes.
It's you gotta it's the opposite of the old maxim: measure twice and cut once, right? Like we don't spend a whole lot of time on the front end looking for shit that we want long term. So we get into a dating situation wanting to be in a long term relationship instead of just like seeing if I can exist around this fucking person first, and then thinking about that shit later.
I mean, that's ultimately like part of the human condition is that we struggle to see so far into the future. We don't even, and you can't, just like you can't look into the past and live in the past, it's really hard to look towards the future. But like you were saying, it's like you have to assess the things that will come about in the future and be like, really, like, I can't stress this enough, like talking through every aspect that could possibly happen. Like, knowing your partner, I know Tim, was he on this show saying
Kennedy?
Yeah. Was it here or I think it was Rogan where they like made the distinction between partner and wife? Like he didn't Rogan doesn't like the term partner, but I don't mind it. I honestly don't mind it. Some people might think it's like a woke term or whatever.
Well, I think he didn't like it if it's erasing the wife. Right.
Yeah.
The person at the coffee shop corrected him when he
Well,
said
corrected
yeah,
Tim,
yeah.
but Joe was the one who had the issue with the term partner, I think.
Yeah, he didn't like it to begin with,
But I don't mind it, but basically it's like having this super open dialogue with them before the time where it's necessary to have the super organized open dialogue, if that makes sense. Like, do it earlier rather than be like, oh, fuck, we're struggling, now we got to have this conversation.
Yeah.
Right. So that was ultimately what happened in that relationship. So like going forward for me personally, that's what I try to do if I'm trying to get into some sort of relationship.
So is Chris single?
No.
Oh,
he's doing
he's got a girlfriend?
He's got long distance. Yeah.
Oh,
he's from
long
the
distance
UK.
girl. Okay.
Yeah.
And the reason I ask is now that both you guys are together, two good-looking guys into fitness, like you guys would pull pussy together. I mean, it's a dream team.
Yeah. So I'm currently seeing someone, and it's actually pretty great. It's been pretty great.
Interracial?
No.
Why do you laugh?
I mean, that's the first question. I get is
I want to know who you are. This is what a podcast is. I find out about people.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I think.
So she is black?
No, she's.
Oh, she's not black. Okay, she's white.
She's white. She's white.
Well, says a lot about you, doesn't it? More than it does about us.
What does it say about me exactly?
You know. You date your own. Within your own race, it's kind of cis, right?
So this is actually something that Chris actually just told me on Love Island. People get to now. There was a thing where they get to vote. By the way, Chris, who we keep talking about, was on Love Island.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And this was the funniest shit ever. He never like talks about it really, and other people don't talk about it. But somebody came up to him and in front of me and was like, "Were you on Love Island?" And I just fucking started laughing so much. And he was so embarrassed. But there's a new thing where they vote to see who's pairing up. Like, so it used to be the audience would vote who gets kicked off the island.
Okay.
But this time they're like, oh, we're going to throw a wrench in here. Vote for who you want to be partners. And they voted the black people with the black people and the white people with the white people.
Well, so I'll get into why.
Everyone in the UK did that.
But here's the fucking thing. So I watched Love is Blind on Netflix, okay? Mm-hmm. They don't see the fucking people at all.
Yep.
You sit behind a wall, and then the only way you get to see them is if you propose to them. And they were like, oh, it's all mixed races, and everybody's different. Every black person picked another black person. Every white person picked another white person. There was two Indians that have never dated Indians before.
Right.
But yet, for some reason, they were like, oh, man, I feel a connection to you. Every race ended up the same. None of them were different.
What did let's go ahead and skip past the part where we're going to be sensitive and ask what the voices sounded like, because I feel like I could probably tell.
So I'm glad you brought that up. The first thing I said to my wife, I was like, well, we know who that is walking into the room, right?
Yep.
There was only one guy that was kind of confusing because he was super Latino. When I'm talking about super Latino, like I'm talking this guy played fucking mariachi music.
Okay.
You're like, oh, all right,
Yeah.
sweet. Man.
Yeah.
I gotta know who you are, but he sounded white.
Why Love is Blind? Why not Love is retarded, or Love has no legs?
So they have a show like that. It's called On the Spectrum. And
no.
I'm not kidding.
That's not what.
It's a dating show for. It's a dating show for
love itself.
People with Down
right?
syndrome.
Well,
I
yeah.
think. Yeah.
No, I mean, like, why are we having? Is that where we are now, where the dating or relationship shows have reduced themselves down to afflictions we might have?
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Have you seen the latest
bizarre.
one? The latest one is people who are in a relationship for a long period of time, but the other one hasn't proposed, and so now they're bringing you into the house.
Ultimatum shit.
Yes.
Oh, dude. Yes.
And then they're pairing you up with other women, and they're like, "Hey, do you like fucking Sarah?"
This is okay. If you want to know how fucked humans are, there is a show where they're like, we will give you some inordinate amount of money. I don't know what it is, to get you to have, so you can have a great wedding, or we'll give it to you so you can invest in something like a house. And like 99% of them choose the wedding. Like, that is right there. You're admitting to not investing in the future. Well, what's going on in the future? Oh, your fucking relationship is going on in the future.
Yep.
The wedding ends and then the fucking relationship begins. Why wouldn't you invest in the shit that you're talking about?
It's Love is Blind, but they're all really blind and their dogs won't stop barking.
Now that would be amazing.
I would watch that because I like the dogs.
Or Love is Blind and Deaf, and then the dogs just go off, and it's just.
What about Love has AIDS?
That's probably next. But the house
Magic
thing,
Johnson is the big feature on that.
No, we got to go Latino. Obviously, I think you're probably going towards Greg Louganis or something like that.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say like Lou Diamond Phillips.
No, mix it up.
Asian. I don't even know.
Mix it up. LDP. That's a tough one. I don't know what he really is. He plays a lot of Native Americans.
Yeah, but I don't think he's got the cred for that.
Yeah.
Well, anymore.
No.
I don't know if you can get away with that.
That's one we need to look back into history on, because I feel like a lot of Italians got away with some shit. Right?
LDP.
Sicilians especially. Like the darker skinned Italians got away with stealing valor from a lot of Mexicans and fucking Native Americans.
Well, you remember Scarface. That's been the big gripe on Scarface all these years. The Pacino.
He's not
Colombian.
Colombian.
Brown face.
Oh, sorry, we couldn't get a Colombian or a Cuban because they were all fucking communists or dead.
Yeah.
Asshole. The fuck were we supposed to do?
But that's what it is. I could see you and Chris doing a show like that.
What?
Where it's just like you guys, because you guys are into fitness, but you're also fun dudes.
Yeah.
Like, because here's the real shit, right? Now that we've had a couple drinks and we're starting to get to know each other, most of these fitness people are boring as shit. Where Tim Kennedy has crossed every fucking boundary there is because of all the amazing shit he does in his life, right? It's not just here's my fucking workout for the day.
Yeah. So, like, I started with a niche. That's how and it's Olympic style weightlifting. Okay.
Oh, Delco does that.
Yeah, so that and that's a sport. That's like an art. That's like, you know, Tim Kennedy, as far as like, if he was to take one aspect of what he does, jiu-jitsu, and he just all he did was that. Like that was how his whatever started. Like let's say he wasn't in the SEALs, wasn't well,
he wasn't, but
well, what was he?
He was Green
Beret. He was Green Beret.
is.
I was thinking Jocko. Sorry.
He currently is a Green Beret, actually. Still.
Currently,
yeah.
So let's just say one aspect of him was that was the only one that we saw. So that was me for a long time, and then like about 8 months ago, maybe a little bit longer ago, I was like, guys, I have a lot more to offer. Like I'm an actual human being here. Do you guys mind if I expand what I talk about? And like the overarching thing that I said, so I did like the YouTube community post, and there was like 700 comments on it because I was like, please respond if you can. And the overarching one was like, we don't care what you do. We're here for you, you know? And that's important. Like, you guys should be able to talk about whatever you want because you're human beings, and people should be interested in you ultimately, not just what you talk about. So for me, it was like, okay, now I can expand. So now I don't, like, I do like philosophy types of videos. Like I write video essays. I do things like that. And it's just been amazing. That's why it's hard for me to be like, oh, I'm into fitness. Like, that's what I do. It's more of like fitness is an allegory to so many different things, right? So like,
well, how did you get your YouTube channel? You have what, 125,000 subscribers?
165.
Oh shit,
yeah,
dude, that's dope, man. So how did you get that going?
That was how I started. It was basically like, I coached weightlifting. I saw these issues with it. I developed some sort of nuanced methodology to solve these issues, and I posted those videos, and people liked them. And I remember, this was a while back, but I used to get emails every time someone would subscribe, which was like the coolest thing ever. I got 25 emails. It was like 25 people subscribed today. It was like fucking crazy.
Right.
And I got like 1,000 views, and I go, well, what if I just did one of those a week forever? You know, what would happen? And here I am 5 years later. It's still slow. Like my channel growth is really slow, but as far as views and the way people interact, I get a lot of engagement. Yeah. And it's very like people, you know, it's not, I don't want to say cult-like, but people are engaged. And that's really how it started for me. I had that niche, but I have so many other things to offer. So I was able to use that niche to build something and then prosper off and go and do other things.
What do you think of when you read Instagram thoughts who write these inspirational fitness? Because there's a ton of fitness girls out there who are just writing like how to be a better person. In my and Dan's experience, at least, the people we know in that world, they're the most broken souls there is, and they're telling you how to live your life. You don't write any shit like that, do you?
Not really. Not unless it's like something that's seriously like. I wrote one how weightlifting saved my life. Right. And that for me, that was so genuine. And I wrote that, and then I did a voiceover, and then I just put some video of me lifting, some other stuff like that. And in that, you know, my father being a writer, the one thing, there are certain things he says, like be anti-cliche, but also be true to whatever you're saying. So like his favorite writer is Hemingway. And Hemingway was always straying from cliche. He was always trying to be simple. He wasn't trying to be convoluted with his statements. And so that's my writing style, like genuinely try to do that. And yeah, some fitness thought might say what I say in a different way, but I try to do it a little bit better and a little bit more relatable and something that's much more real. So those messages that they're saying, like a lot of them are just going to be generally true. But the cringy aspect of it is like what you were saying, is that they live broken fucking lives, and the writing is shit.
I'll tell you this. So there's a couple of iron laws of thought social media. All right. The first one is if there's a woman that's in a relationship and she's constantly talking about how great it is, it isn't. Right.
Right.
That's number one and the most obvious of all of them. Number two. If a woman is always talking about healing from being whatever in her past, fucking run as far and as fast as possible, because that person is going to slash your fucking tires 100%, right? Those are my two main ones.
Yeah, I mean,
those are iron laws, by the way. They are true. An iron law means it's true 100% of the time in all circumstances.
Yeah.
Nobody fucking feels the need to share how well their relationship is with the public unless it's fucked.
The only time I ever do,
100%.
The only time I ever do is with my wife is on Mother's Day, where it's just like, hey, happy Mother's Day, you're an awesome mom, and everything else. That's kind of it. The rest of the time, it's like, all right, cool. If shit's fucked up, then obviously people are going to know about it.
Yeah.
But other than that, there's no reason for me to be like, oh my God, my wife's amazing every day. Not only that, people come to my Instagram to watch fucked up shit.
Well, go tell her that. You don't need to post it on the fucking internet.
100%. And that's what I tell her all the time, and vice versa. She doesn't give a fuck. So, and that's the way it should be. But also, people who are looking for that validation. Did you ever follow two people that are dating together who were inspirational? You're just like, oh Jesus Christ, dude.
Yeah, like Pete. Nobody that's happy sits around and talks about how happy they are all the time.
Of course,
they enjoy their fucking lives, and that's it. That's enough.
Yeah, and I mean, maybe the opposite could be true. Maybe someone who is talking about how sad they are all the time. Maybe they aren't really, but it helps them cope in a certain way. But it gets tiresome.
Yeah, I mean, it's the attention, right? Everybody wants it.
Exactly. Yeah.
We've created a culture now where people get attention undeservingly. Undeservedly, rather. And now everybody craves it constantly. Like people in the fucking back in the day did not want attention.
Maybe they did, but there was no avenue for it, right? Like it's less of. I think it's more human nature. Like I don't think human nature changed. It's just the format in which what we have.
Yeah, maybe.
So like, I just have these things that I wrote down about like the relationship thing, and to go with that is like Hinge, Tinder, all these places where people now date. Mm-hmm. Like those are attention grabbing at first, right? The whole thing is like you feel vulnerable in this moment. You feel like you're not getting enough attention in this moment. If you swipe, you're going to start to feel better. If you start getting matches, you start to feel better. The problem is there's a slight inequality in the dating culture between men and women that we have never seen before. And we don't know what the results of that are.
What side is the inequality on? More women or more men?
So I'm going to read through some of these things because this is what Chris and I ultimately talked about on his podcast, and we've had a couple clips on YouTube that have like done really well about this because this is a relatively new phenomenon and we're not completely sure of what's going to happen out of it. What we do know is that there's an increasing number of women who are capable or what some would call high value. I think like the red pill culture calls people high value.
Handicaps. No, is that not it? Like if you fuck a handicap, it's worth more points.
So there are more capable 18 to 30 high value women, and there's a decreasing number of men for those women. So we have this thing. It's like a hypergamous culture of dating. Enter in Tinder, enter in Hinge, and you have like an increasing number of men with nothing. With nothing as far as dating culture goes, and then it kind of expands to elsewhere.
Well, this happened to me in college. Like I used to see this at colleges because we would go around and party at different colleges and shit like that. There was one that stood out to me, and I'll never forget it. It was University of Miami, Ohio. It was 8-to-1 girls to guys.
So that's a big Midwestern school. I know a ton of people from my high school went there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So beautiful. It's when you see it and you're on campus there, it looks like it's out of a magazine, and you're like, holy shit, this is the college experience I want. And these dudes would go out to these parties, and they were like, I mean, just treating dimes. I mean, they were just tens. Just shit.
Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
So in the same way that you'll never see a good NFL quarterback come out of Ohio State or Alabama because of the high-quality receivers and the little amount of work they have to do, when a guy comes out, like a super popular, maybe wealthy dude comes out of Miami, Ohio, and then makes his way, let's say, into the NFL, then, you're going to see some sexual assault charges from time to time. Right? We're talking about Ben Roethlisberger, folks. He got used to that 8-to-1 ratio, and he got to, where was he? In Atlanta, in a bathroom.
I hate to say this is true, but like, every dude there was treating women like shit for the entire. I was there for a whole weekend.
It's big fish, little pond, or whatever. I don't know what
it is, but I would see these girls just kill themselves like to try to get into these dudes and get back. And I'm like, holy fucking shit! Finally, an article came out where there was eating disorders, all this other crazy shit.
Yeah, it's called supply. It's supply side economics.
So that was hypergamous in the sense of geared towards men.
Right. So it's the same thing happening now, and this is what I'm trying to relate to.
So post-college, this is interesting you bring up college. So basically, within the next, this is from the Wall Street Journal, within the next few years, women will outnumber men 2-to-1 in all colleges. There are certain colleges that are 3-to-1, like you were saying, 8-to-1 in certain one, but in all colleges. Now the implications of that could be that men are looking at college in a different way now, which we could talk about. And maybe they feel like the system has failed. Their interaction with the internet is different with women. The way that they feel about culture is different than women. So maybe, the university system is different in the way that they interact with it. So they decide that it's not as valuable. But that
I have one theory to throw at you for just later on down the road. I think women feel like they need the degree because they've got to work harder than men to get the same jobs. And so I think more and more women feel like a college degree is necessary, where more and more men feel that it's less necessary.
Right.
Because they're like,
that's essentially.
Well, I don't know if it's necessary versus unnecessary in the way that you're talking about, because most of the jobs that middle and lower middle class women are getting these days that are more specific to women require a degree. And a lot of those jobs, like truck driver, for example, which is like 95% dudes, doesn't, but nursing does, which is 95% women.
Yeah, great point. Yeah.
So like another thing that goes along with this. Okay, so we have more women will be graduating with higher degrees than men. That is like absolutely a trend that is happening. So by and large, men are earning more than women, but this is a multivariate assessment. Obviously, this has been brought to, it's not, there's reasons behind that. There's motherhood. There's a bunch of different things like that. This is not a feminist argument. If you were to poll all of the men, all of the women in a univariate way, you would find that men make more than women. But if you're looking at a select group of what we would like common people would consider yuppies.
Yeah.
Right. So like just graduated college, living in Austin. Okay. Women are outperforming and out earning men in many different cities, and that will continue to grow.
Yeah.
So outperforming, out earning all men. So now we have, again, an ever increasing high value women and an ever decreasing amount of men who are suited for women. Women date across and up. They do not aim down, usually not even across, right? So now it's a tough game. Another thing too, like women. So if we look at Tinder, Hinge, women pass on 95% of all swipes and matches. Men are 50-50. Again, the hypergamy
is fuck anything, Or it's just like,
Well, it's just the value propositions are different, right? So for a woman, historically, the value proposition has been just from evolutionary standpoint, somebody that can provide for me, whether it's shelter, food, money now, and protect me. That was the value proposition that a man could present to a woman, and she would present her beauty in whatever way it was defined at that time, and her empathy and ability to raise children. So for the last 250,000 years, that's been the case.
Yeah.
When there will be consequences when you upset that balance. That isn't to say it shouldn't be upset, right?
Yes.
Like nobody is fighting against women doing better, but like men need to reevaluate what their value proposition to women
absolutely.
is.
And that's what I'm saying. Like that is currently what we're going through. It's like we don't know how to assess it because it's happening now.
Yeah.
And we won't know what is happening until 10 years down the road when we see some fucking crazy shit happening. Maybe some of the current things that are happening with men who aren't getting laid or who are problematic, maybe some of those things are directed from that.
Maybe.
Right?
I think too, like...
there's what's the fucking phrase? I can't remember it now, but the no ass, no brass rule, which means if you can't get laid, you can't get a gun. Yeah. I think that's a good rule. Like if you can't get laid on a regular basis, maybe we should look at your fucking rights.
That probably stopped most mass shooters.
Oh yeah.
Getting laid.
They're all
100%.
Well, that would probably, as a function of all the other things going right in their life, yes.
Yeah.
But not itself.
Yeah.
Right. Those incels are. It's
interesting. We went to that.
It's
to the mass shooter because we were all kind of thinking it, but no one dropped it.
Well, we've talked about it here before.
Dan
even
and I
last
talked
week,
about it. Yeah.
It's like
Highland Park, by the way, is like a very close town to where I grew up. And my
you rich?
Well, so my parents live in Highwood, which is directly next to Highland Park.
Yeah.
And they go up to Michigan every year, but that would have been absolutely a 4th of July like parade. They would have just like stopped by.
Of course.
Yeah, but it's like this nihilism you see in young, predominantly white and Latino men that are doing these mass shootings, and then you see the same nihilism in young black men who've joined gangs and shit, is a function of all this stuff, and it's almost like unemployment for the soul. You know what I mean? Like there's no purpose anymore.
Oh, this is great, Chris. So this is the coolest part about like having this friendship with Chris is that he has on the people on his channel who are like serious, psychotherapists and professionals about this. And one of the things we were out drinking one night, and he mentions the difference between men and women and how they interact with relationships chemically. So like there's oxytocin is
like
how
what
women
produces dopamine and what produces
oxytocin. So oxytocin to us like doesn't do what it does for women. So
Correct,
oxytocin is what creates the attraction. It's the cuddle drug. So if you have sex with a woman and like if a male has sex with a woman, the woman is going to feel that sense of attachment to that woman in a far different way than the male will have towards that woman. And so I was like, okay, well then what is our oxytocin? And he said, purpose.
Yeah.
So, and I forget what the exact chemical was called, but he gave the coolest example. And again, Chris, if you're watching, this is...
He's watching, he texted me.
Yeah, he's told me this a bunch of times, but in World War II, there were hospital bed-ridden PTSD guys in the UK. So they were literally just like, couldn't fucking function at all. Mm-hmm. And it was months and months that they would not do fucking a thing. Okay? There were a couple bombings. There were places that needed fires that needed extinguishing, and there were no firemen. The moment that they were called to action to extinguish fires, they hopped to and fucking got out of their thing, and they were like, act like nothing happened.
Yeah.
Right? It's the purpose is what gives that. It's not saying that women aren't driven by purpose, like just so someone isn't out there being like, oh, well, you think then women are, it's just like biologically we're much more programmed to respond to something like that. Right. So if a male doesn't have that fucking drive, that purpose, what are the results? You would, someone who has an awful PTSD, it's laying in a fucking hospital bed.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. And it's, AJ Gamble in the chat has an interesting question. What chemicals come out with two chicks scissoring?
Great question. He also said no buns, no guns, which I really like a lot.
I don't support that policy, but I do like that it rhymes.
No buns, no guns.
Yeah,
no,
it's funny.
But it's good for gays and straights.
That's true.
That's what I like about it.
Do you think a gay male who's not getting ass is as dangerous as a heterosexual male who's not getting ass?
Everyone.
I think they're just as dangerous?
Everyone, any man. And it's not we're all the way down at the end by the time they're not getting laid, but all the stuff that led up to that, like the lack of self-confidence and purpose. So the lack of self-confidence and purpose is what makes you depressed, and it's also what makes everybody not like being around you, right?
Yeah.
It's like the fucking worst combination of two traits you could possibly have is purposelessness and lack of self-confidence, which one feeds the other.
Yeah. Like one is a drug that, like a catalyst that will create the other or make the other one even worse.
Yeah.
But so I mean, the male biological urge to provide and protect and do things like that is super. It's more important to the man's identity, I think, than it is even in function these days, because we don't have as big a role as providers and protectors anymore.
Exactly.
But it's still like super huge part of our self-identity. And when you don't have that, it's like the damsel in distress thing, right? It's why dudes fucking keep flocking to crazy girls. It's not just for the sex. It's because like that's something that's a problem I can fix.
Yep. Yeah, if I can control the situation and serve a purpose to fix that thing, then yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So your fucking motivation is right. Your strategy leaves a little bit to be desired.
Yeah.
I would say in that scenario.
8%?
You're welcome. You're welcome. HardAFSeltzer.com. You're welcome.
Should I do another one just to spice things up a little bit?
Let's end the show with it. Let's end the show. Where's Nick? Where's Nicholas?
And then maybe a shirt too.
Where's Nicholas? Did he disappear? Did he run from the lightning? Did he put on a thunder jacket?
I think the lightning actually transformed his car, and now he's getting a new transmission.
Hey, was that him, by the way, with the fucking busted out window and shit?
Yeah.
Dude, that could have gone right through the goddamn car. Who knows? Who knows? That's some Mexican shit that just happens, so who knows? Like for him,
they get struck by lightning a lot.
A lot, dude. A lot. Grab one more Hard AF Seltzer. We'll close with that today.
I don't think that's true.
In the meantime, this is the point in the show we get to the Drinkin' Bro of the Week, which is someone who has inspired you or helped you become the person you are today. Who would you like to give the Drinkin' Bro of the Week to?
100% my father.
Okay.
Yeah. He was, somebody who I was always. I never really thought that I was in his shadow. I just accepted that he was just going to be. He was a great man, and it's kind of cool, almost following in his footsteps a little bit. So yeah, definitely my dad, Rick Telander. Rick, yeah.
Big Dick Rick?
Big Dick Rick, man. Yeah. Big Dick Slick Rick.
You ever seen it?
I did one time, actually.
What'd you think?
Yeah, I mean, dad's dicks in the 90s were just bigger than they are today.
That's actually forever. Yes.
That's been proved, right?
Yeah, it's 100% true. So, you can imagine how it affects dads, so 35 to 55-year-old, which is the range we would be talking about. But the average American 21-year-old male in 2020 has 40% less testosterone than their counterpart, than a 21-year-old male in 2000. Right? Yep. So you can imagine how much that's affected dads as they get older and decrease even less in testosterone.
Yeah.
Get your fucking tee shot and your free swinging dick.
You got a sick hog.
Yeah. Like your regular hog is just full of blood all the time.
Yeah, so it was a good hog when I saw it.
Yeah. So Rick had a good hog? All right.
Yeah, it was. I think I was like 13 though, so it was a good age.
That's fine.
Wait, you were 13 or the hog?
The dick was 13.
Oh, man, I wish it was 13. But actually, no, I don't, because then I'd be like, what the fuck happened, Dad?
Yeah.
I would blame my mom. I'd be like, Mom, what the fuck? Where's my dick genetics?
Yeah.
Got to talk to Papa.
How does that work? Because baldness, I believe, comes from the mother's side.
No, I've actually heard it's like a multitude of things.
Sex comes from the dad, right?
Really?
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah, because the men are the only ones with
XY.
Yeah. XY.
Yeah, so
right. So it has to come from the dad.
Yeah, the gamete comes from the...
Here we go.
Wait, this is for the drinking. This is for my father.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. This is for your father. 1, 2, 3, go. Boom. Blast it. That is 8%. Going. Gone. My God, man. Applause for that, please. Applause for that. Thank you. Throw the camera on him. He deserves it, not me. Not me.
Take the headphones off first.
I'm just a vessel. I'm just a vessel.
I'm a
there
director
you go.
here.
Are you going shirtless for the ladies?
Yeah, the tarps are coming off.
There it is. There it is.
This is for the fucking dudes.
Do it.
For your bros.
Do it slow.
You got to do it for your bros. Holy shit, you're like the first trainer that is actually jacked. Keep the camera on.
A little bit.
There you go.
A little bit down here,
Nah, it's fine.
It's beer season.
There.
It's a summer,
Look at that. Sun's out, guns out.
The chairs aren't good for the abs.
It's fine. He's still fucking guy's shredded, dude.
Yeah.
All right, since we're doing this, what do you recommend? HGH, TRT? What are we doing?
Just go straight to trend. Skip it all and go straight to fucking trend.
What does trend do for you exactly?
It just makes you leave Earth and leave humanity. You become a fucking alien.
But can you? Oh, are we going trend?
Hey,
look at this.
Let's go.
It's the fucking. This is our 4% female audience, dude, is loving this.
Let's go.
But again,
I'm at 3% on my channel.
It's for the bros. Yeah.
No, this is purely for the fucking boys right here.
So what's trend?
More dicks, less chicks.
Yeah. What does trend do? Throw me a seltzer over there. You got one? Boom.
Trend. I mean, it's a compound, a very intense compound.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about its induction.
Injectable?
Yeah, it's intramuscular. Yeah.
I think it's. Yes.
Yeah.
Almost.
I think. Yeah. The one that. So in weightlifting, like the big drug, and actually a lot of things like. Dianabol was the
D-ball.
Yeah, D-ball was the drug, and my dad, when he was playing football, it was like D-ball was like the thing that a lot of the meatheads got into, but he was just like, nah, those are like meatheads are fucking unathletic goons,
Yeah.
It took until like the 80s for like the dudes who were like actually athletic to be like, yeah, let's fucking do this,
Yeah.
But yeah, like my dad played football at Northwestern University, and then was drafted by the Chiefs.
Really?
Yeah. White cornerback.
Rick, Big Dick Rick was
Big
a
Dick
fucking
Slick
NFL
Rick.
player.
Well, he got cut in training camp, but
well, that's fine.
He made it that far. When's the last white cornerback in the NFL?
Sehorn, Jason Sehorn.
Oh, nailed it! God damn, dude!
I have a fucking Jason Sehorn jersey.
New York Giants.
He retired like 90 years ago.
He did.
He did.
But
yeah,
wait,
but
Hall of Famer, not only on the field but off the field. Was it Angie Harmon, Bob? Is that his wife? I think it's Angie Harmon. Pull up a pic of Angie Harmon. She was on Law and Order, I believe, SVU. Old school beauty. Angie Harmon, dude. Sehorn's a goddamn animal. I haven't heard Jason Sehorn's name in a long time.
Yeah.
Fuck, dude, that guy was dope.
White corner. See, this is where the conversation is just getting started. Now we got to end it.
No, we don't have to end it. We don't have to do whatever we want. It's our time down here. What's all over?
But yeah, so what do I recommend
we're not doing
to the average person? to the average person, seriously, in all seriousness,
yes.
Compound movements, so squats, deadlifts, bench press, strict press with either a dumbbell, kettlebell, or a barbell. Doing so in a light enough fashion with a full enough range of motion, with enough speed, okay, and just progressive overload. It's the same thing. If someone was to tell you how to lose weight, you need an energy balance change. You need to have more calories leave your body from energy expenditure than what goes in.
What is it, like 3,500 calories per pound of fat or something like that? I can't remember the exact ratio.
I don't know that shit.
I think he's got a picture of Angie Harmon there and Seahorn, by the way. There you go. Are they broken up? Is that why there's
Jason Seahorn is such a legend.
Shit,
dude,
that breaks my heart.
Jason Seahorn.
What are you gonna do?
So what you're saying is the secret is to just get tired?
What do you mean?
Work out until you get tired?
No. Like, I think people here, okay, the biggest issue is people are like, okay, I got to get in shape. And they think that getting in shape or whatever that is such a massive step. So they don't even fucking start. They got to get a gym membership. They got to drive to the gym. They have to know how to do the fucking thing that they want to do. When in reality, they can just have one simple ass goal. Okay, like seriously, if you had a kettlebell in your house, you could be like, let me squat this 20 times and see how it fucking feels. Hold it right in front, squat full depth, and see how it feels. Was that hard? Do you feel a pump in your legs? Okay,
yeah.
Well, the next time, try to make it a little bit easier. Maybe go faster, maybe do more reps, maybe take less reps or rest in between reps. That is 5 minutes of your fucking life. Okay, that is, anytime someone comes with like a business idea, they want to go straight to LLC and taking out an investment, taking out a fucking loan so that thing can fail. Why not make the thing fucking great before you take the big steps?
Yeah.
And that is fitness. That is, an allegory for so many different things. This is why my channel, this is why I had to branch off. This is why I had to talk about other things, is because, like, when I talk about a guy like Liver King, I don't know if you guys heard of him.
Who the fuck is Liver King?
I've heard of him. You heard of him?
No.
You've never heard of Liver King?
Liver King?
He's a meathead that lies a lot.
So he's boomer adjacent?
Yeah.
I took that term from you.
Yeah.
Wait,
by the way.
You don't know fucking Liver King?
What does he do?
He's just jacked. Yeah, but he's on steroids.
Yeah, so Liver.
Is he bigger than like Pex Norton and
dude, he's
fucking
fucking
Ronnie Coleman
huge and he's on gear, right?
Yeah.
Oh, is that him right there?
Yes, he's fucking huge and he's
Does
fucking
he eat liver?
Yeah, that's
I'm
his
looking
thing.
at this picture.
His thing
Okay.
is so he is what
I don't
we
follow many fitness people.
He's what we would call a fitness charlatan, and he follows the playbook of snake oil salesman to a T. Whenever you argue against him, he can fall back on his tenets, right, that are undeniable. Get a lot of sleep, work out, have a good relationship with your family, right?
Yeah.
So anytime you question him, he can just go right back to that. That's the beauty of being a charlatan. You don't actually have to address it. You can just circumvent it. These are the types of things that I talk about on my channel, but can't you see how that can relate to a politician?
Oh,
You
yeah.
know,
but isn't he on steroids? Like, this guy looks like he's on
100%.
steroids.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, not 100% because, I'm not him, but
you don't look
I'm
like
so
you're on
certain.
steroids. He does.
I'm so certain this man is on steroids.
That's a Winstrol body. You don't really get tight like that unless you're taking something.
I mean, he's taking a lot.
Winnie V, baby.
Yeah. I think, this is my theory, he's just a bodybuilder who went the route of, hey, let me do the hippie shit, the like, let's go back to our ancestors. Because, a lot of people are like, who are paleo, and they're kind of like hippie-ish, and they don't have this big body. How shocking would it be if we had a fucking bodybuilder do this shit? And it worked. His playbook worked. Everything worked. But the problem is, this guy is nowhere near as fucking famous as he is without the body that he has.
Correct.
That is actually a direct result from the androgen use that he has. Yeah. Joe Rogan was just like, put it simply as this, guy's got an ass full of steroids.
Yeah.
That's it.
It's Trends Day. It's
Trends Day.
For
well, it's
him.
actually
Every
Monday.
day is
What's a good pun for Monday?
It's just Universal Chest and Try Day.
Is it really Mondays?
Monday is always Universal Chest and Try Day. Yeah.
Man, it should always be chest day, shouldn't it?
Why are you becoming a fundamentalist about working out? Mind your fucking business.
Hey, I'm not a fundamentalist. I'm just saying that's just kind of like a common, you know.
It is. He's right, by the way. I just got out of the gym before we went here.
It's impossible to get a bench on
Chest and dry.
Mondays.
Yes, dude. Same thing. And I looked at everybody in that fucking gym today, and I was like, what's going on here?
Okay, should I put my shirt back on?
No, not at all, dude.
No, you
not
gotta
at all.
finish like that.
Right. Yeah.
You do whatever
This is
you
what
want.
we're doing.
Okay.
That's what we're fucking doing.
Yeah,
now, dude.
the boys want my shirt off.
The ladies want it, dude. Gigi went nuts. Sarah, Jessica.
Jessica.
I don't know if that's Cream Pie Jessica, but if it is, look. Come on down.
Cream Pie Jessica? What the fuck are we talking about
what
here?
What happened here was that when we moved into our old studio, now we own this. We own this building and all this land and all this stuff. But Cream Pie Jessica, she was first in the studio. She had sex with another listener and broke the couch. Only had the couch for about 3 days. Got cream pied, and then we had to buy a new couch.
Yeah.
And we're fine with that. Like, we love our listeners.
Yeah. Including Cream Pie Jessica.
We love, she's great.
Yeah. Cream Pie Jessica, if you're out there,
she's great at architectural
doing
sketches,
the Lord's
too.
work.
Yes. Getting cream pies, dude. And it's fun. We have a good time here, and we encourage you.
There was a chick in college, man. And
a lot of good stories begin this way.
Yeah.
Let's
fill it up.
It's like it's just it's some people. No, you know what? I'm not going to.
You have to. You have to now. You started it.
Yep.
Well, Cream Pie Jessica is doing the Lord's work. You know, she's helping everyone out.
Correct. Who was the girl in college?
She was someone who would help a lot of people out.
A lot of people were cream pieing her.
I knew a girl in high school. We called her Dual Exhaust.
Yep. Yeah. Did you ever hear this story? Oh, you're gonna love it, dude. You're gonna love it. Leave the camera over there. There's no reason right now.
I can't even get to the fucking joke
There
part.
it is, right there. Look at this guy. 8% seltzers, no shirt on, dude, and we're finally getting somewhere today. I feel like we're finally getting somewhere today, dude. Wait till he tells you what.
No one laughing at dual exhaust.
We know the story, dude. Go ahead. Tell him what dual exhaust is.
Well, she had no vagina and 2 assholes.
Yep.
Right.
2 assholes.
So she was obese enough to where she had a front butt, right? Mm-hmm. And it just looked like a second asshole, so people called her dual exhaust.
Yeah. Jesus.
I grew up in the South, so dual exhaust was like a big thing to have.
If you had
your car truck or something.
Okay. Sure was.
So it wasn't even necessarily an insult.
I thought like dual exhaust the moment you said it was like people fucking her in both holes.
No.
Well, she also did that.
Yeah, she also did that.
I think that was a function of the
doing the Lord's work.
Yeah.
There was a porn star that I saw the other day who had 2 assholes. She had 2 assholes on her. It's on Reddit.
Were they side by side? Or?
Yeah, no, it was up and down.
Okay,
it was like,
that makes more sense. Up and down makes more sense than side to side. But
correct. When I saw
it could be different in Asia.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
They have sideways.
Side to side. Well, I think it's Australia. But yeah.
No, those are upside down.
That's true.
So wait, but in the southern hemisphere, do vaginas flip upside down as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you have to.
The clit's on the bottom.
The clit's on the bottom.
Wait,
okay.
hang on.
I mean, I don't know where the fucking clit is either way. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. I want to get his reaction live on air. Bob, type in the girl with 2 assholes.
Oh, okay.
It'll pop
Here we
right
go.
up.
That sounds like a fucking novel from the 1800s.
The back of a carnival.
Yeah.
You just show up. Step right up, kids. You want to see the girl with 2 assholes?
No. It sounds like one of those books that like my mom would get at the airport. You know what I mean? Like the girl with 2 assholes.
Yeah.
You know, like what is it? The
Daniel Steele.
New York bestseller.
Daniel Steele.
Yeah, something like that.
Or no, I'm thinking more like a Berenstain Bears style novel, right?
Okay.
For children,
kids.
Yeah, obviously.
You got to teach the kids.
Well, you want to one of the most
teach...
important things to teach children is resilience, right? And
I thought it was. I thought it was about like trans stuff. That's the most important thing to teach. Are we beyond that? Teaching kids about trans and sex?
We are here.
No,
I personally.
What do we?
By the way,
what do we have here, Bob? What is this? Is this video
we're not
first?
sharing this on YouTube.
No, it's not on YouTube, but
just my.
There we go.
Okay, we got one.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
There it is. There's the double asshole. Can we get a?
But I don't.
Oh shit! I wasn't lying. Was not lying, you guys. I was not lying.
So I'm gonna. Can you hit me with those one more time? The
Yeah.
Yeah. There we go.
He's earned it.
I'm gonna challenge.
Okay.
Because I don't think that's 2 holes. I think there's just a skin flap in the middle.
Well, this is a great question. Here we go. A full philosophical question. How many holes are there in a straw? Are there 0 holes? Are there 2 holes? Or are there 1?
There's 0 holes.
0 holes.
0 holes because it's
0.
a piece of paper that's been folded.
Yeah. Correct. Yeah. Yep.
Is that those are both of your answers? I think there's 1. What do you guys think Do you think there's 2 holes, 1 hole, or 0 holes?
Have no holes. This girl has 1 butthole. I think Dana's correct with the flap in the middle.
Okay. What if is there hold on.
Asshole.
If there's a flap and
does she have 2 small intestines?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Or is one of them just like a chamber that like goes like a few inches deep? It's just like a fake.
I think it's all little 1 hole with just a slit down the middle at the top.
Right. I feel like maybe
it's 2 sphincters.
I feel like maybe instead of posting that on the internet, you could just go to the doctor and get it fixed.
Maybe.
Although I have had this dream since I was a child to have. You remember the Play-Doh Fun Factory, where they had the screw on the attachments to make the Play-Doh come out in different shapes?
Yeah.
I've always wanted to shit stars. Just like,
yeah.
Just screw a little
personally
thing onto your asshole and shit stars. I mean,
right into the toilet.
Let me ask you this: how upset would you be if, let's say you're Johnny Depp,
sure,
right? And you come home, it's like, oh, the shit on the bed. And you're moving your bracelets out of the way. There's a shit on the bed. And then you see that, it's actually in a star. How did that even happen?
Yeah.
I feel like it smooths over the whole thing.
What if Amber Heard shit on the bed and then took one of those cookie cutter and like just fucking cookie cutted them into like different shapes and like placed them?
You got to applaud it.
You have to respect the effort.
Yes. Okay, this is a big question here because I'm an Olympic weightlifter, so a big part of me is like, when I see someone with like good mobility, so they can squat to depth, like barefoot, they can squat really low, I think, wow, that person would be really good at either clean and jerking and snatching. Those are the 2 movements in weightlifting. Yes, there are innuendos that are involved in there.
Absolutely.
We can skip over those. We can gloss over those.
Cheap joke.
Yeah. So I think that, right? So the moment that Chris and I were talking about this on this podcast, I thought, how did she shit on the bed? Okay. Now I have a couple theories. There's the standing on the ground, which she probably didn't have enough height. Maybe she did, and kind of just like rested her butt cheeks on the edge.
Yeah, what is she, 5'4"? I don't know about that.
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
She's tall.
Okay, secondly, did she take knees and shit, or did she squat over the fucking bed and shit? And did she do it unsupported? Did she hold onto a backrest when she did it? Or
All
did she just straight
all
up
these
squat?
answers are
What
incorrect.
did she do?
I think she got wasted. I think she shit, did not know she shit, and then got out of the bed, and the shit was in
So
the
while
bed.
she was sleeping? That's
Correct.
no fun.
Do we have a
Correct.
picture of the shit?
Yeah.
Can we see?
get a picture of this
Bob,
shit.
can you pull up a picture? And
Wait, there's pictures of the shit in the bed?
What world are you living in? Yes. Yes, these are all over the internet.
God, I love this podcast.
Yeah, they're all over
I've
the
seen
internet,
a
my
woman
friend.
with 2 buttholes.
So
I've
this
seen
is an-
Hunter
this is
Biden
an
naked.
accidental shit, dude. Show him real quick. That's an accidental shit. And you can see there from the sides, like she probably rolled over.
I don't know about that, bro. There was a dude. There was a chick who accidentally shit this one dude's bed when I was in college, and it was much more smeared than that.
So, look at how smeared it is on the side.
That's a turd.
Well,
that's a fucking turd.
Now,
that's placed. That's not been smashed by sleep.
I like to think of myself as a scientist.
Sure. Yeah. Go ahead.
It looks like it bounced twice and then landed where it is. So I'm not sure that supports your lying down.
Maybe you're right. Fuck, dude.
Right?
Or
maybe it started to turtle head. She made contact twice and then adjusted again and just fucking let it go.
Right.
That's also a possibility. How far away is the poop from the headboard?
So
that'll tell you, right?
I don't think we have a wide of the bed. Oh, we do. There we go.
Okay, so it's low, bro. Hold up.
She squatted.
This is not sleeping, bro.
Yeah.
That is not a sleepy shit.
Yeah.
That is an active shit.
I stand corrected. No, look.
So now my question so she was unsupported, deep squatting, shitting on a very unstable surface. The number one thing for me is I could make you into a good weightlifter. Yep. Because you have you have the ability, the mobility, and you have the supports necessary to build a foundation in the sport of Olympic weightlifting. So Amber Heard, if you're out there, it's never too late.
What year did you lift in the Olympics?
Never lifted in the Olympics.
Olympic weightlifting is a style of weightlifting.
No, I understand that, but I didn't know if you did it actually.
So I played sports my whole life just because my father got me into it, and that was
Big Dick Rick.
Yeah, Big Dick Slick Rick.
NFL player.
Yep. And I was recruited to play lacrosse at the University of Vermont, played all 4 years, Division I lacrosse there. Yeah. Immediately after, I was like, this can't be all I have to offer athletically, so I got into the gym. That kind of led to weightlifting, which was snatching and clean and jerking, and I was good at that. Even though my build is not this is not the typical build for a weightlifter.
No, us tall guys, dude, this isn't it. Dude.
No. But I had the knack for it. There is a lot of athleticism. You have to get under the bar. There's a lot of explosive movement.
Sure.
There's a lot of coordination. So I just became obsessed with it with no real intention to like be competitive. And I just kept doing it and doing it and doing it, and then coaching and coaching and coaching. And then it kind of became my life. And now it's like that would, like I said before, is like the basis for where I started things.
Okay.
But
I started examining people who shit the bed.
Yeah, you're a scientist. This is what you said.
He started as a small boy, and it was a dream that has now become a profession.
Yeah.
So,
a poop scientist.
Yeah. And you got to applaud that. By the way, I want to give my own Drinkin' Bros of the Week today before we get out of here.
Yeah.
I'm going to give them to these guys. The fucking lightning and shit that was going off in here. For you guys to keep it on air today was a fucking miracle. So to Delco, Dan, Pompa, Giorgio. Did Rob help, yes or no?
No.
Be honest.
Rob never helps.
If anything, he hurt.
I was going to give it to Rob.
He got in the way.
What was the name of the Flash guy?
Ezra Miller.
So Ezra Miller came in here and fucked everything up. Someone in the chat said that
Thor.
if you paused at the right time, you could see Ezra Miller.
Oh, could you see the Flash?
Yeah, the Flash came in. Yeah, so the Flash came in here and fucked everyone up. Yeah,
it's pretty wild
because he heard us talking about it.
Probably.
So yeah,
fuck him.
But thank you guys for keeping this thing alive.
Fuck him. Tell everybody where they can find you. This is a fun show.
Just YouTube.com. Obviously the fucking website that you're on currently.
Yeah, but tell everybody your name on
but
YouTube.
yeah, Zack Telander, ZackTelander. If you guys, either want to start weightlifting or just want general training specific stuff, you can go to my Patreon, patreon.com/Zack Telander, and then follow me on Instagram, coach_ZT. And that's really fucking it, man.
That's it?
Yeah.
That's all there is?
I just want to say too, like, I got my shirt off. I'm two Hard AF Seltzers deep.
Yeah.
This took me by surprise completely. I did not expect to be in the position I was here.
Really?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
You walk in
you
here.
guys-
Is it shocking? We got a signed O.J. Simpson jersey behind you. Is it that shocking?
Now that I look at it, yeah, no. And we saw two buttholes. I mean, this has been one of the best shows I've ever been on.
Debatable.
I really genuinely appreciate you guys having me on.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, it was a blast today.
Like, this is something in my life that I've turned my focus to. It is, being a part of, growing my audience, growing whatever.
Sure.
And you guys have a very well established audience. And, looking at the chat and looking all this, like, I appreciate everyone listening and watching. It's fucking amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll have to get Chris on here next time.
Yeah, we will.
Dude, if all four of us got
We'll
on
get
here and we
fucked
started
up.
drinking, we would have to haze Chris, right? Because he's a
smart guy.
He needs gentle hazing, right? He'll literally leave the bar at like 11:30, be like, "Go get up early."
Well, he looks
Right.
like Thor. Like, he's got to maintain it. You know what I'm saying?
So yeah. But if we ever get back on and you want to do the blackout sessions, maybe on the Patreon or whatever,
For sure.
I'm absolutely down if you guys would have me.
Awesome.
Yeah, we'll do
really
that.
appreciate it.
If you take one thing from this show, it's no yellow. Talking to you, North Korea.
Oh, there's no better way to end an episode than no yellow, is there? Fun show for D'Anthony Holloway, Zack Telander. I'm Ross Patterson. This is the Drinkin' Bros podcast. Good night, everyone.